A father sees a black waitress let his disabled son lead a dance step at 0:02 and 0:04, then it changes her life forever. The silence that settled over Kingsley's, Manhattan's most exclusive restaurant, was so heavy it felt almost physical. Conversations stopped, cutlery halted midair, and dozens of eyes turned toward the narrow space between the tables. 10-year-old Lucas Montgomery was visibly trembling. His legs, locked in metal braces, shook as he reached out toward Diana Johnson, the restaurant's only black waitress. The live piano had just begun a gentle melody, and Lucas's sudden impulse to ask someone to dance came without warning. "Sir, control your son." Manager Thornton's harsh voice sliced through the silence. "That's inappropriate. This isn't a dance hall, and our employees are not here to entertain children." Richard Montgomery, owner of Montgomery Investments and one of the richest men in the nation, swallowed hard. It was the first time he had taken Lucas out to dinner in public since the accident 2 years earlier that partially paralyzed his legs, an experience he told himself he wouldn't repeat. "Lucas, sit down." His command was low but firm. Diana stayed still, her eyes shifting between the manager, the billionaire, and the boy whose small hand still hung in the air. In her 5 years there, she had learned how to stay invisible, especially around customers like Montgomery. "Mr. Thornton, I'm leaving. My shift is over." Her voice was calm as she removed her apron and set it on the tray. Then, to everyone's shock, she smiled at Lucas and took his hand. "I can't dance in an apron." Richard stood abruptly. "What do you think you're doing?" Diana met his gaze. "I'm accepting an invitation, sir." Before anyone could intervene, Lucas took a shaky step forward. His foot dragged painfully across the floor, the metal braces scraping. But Diana didn't rush him or try to guide him. She simply matched her pace to his. "She'll be fired tomorrow," whispered a woman at the next table. Richard watched, frozen. A memory hit him: Elizabeth, his late wife, dancing with Lucas in the living room. "It's not about perfection," she had said. "It's about connection." As Diana followed Lucas's awkward steps, something shifted in the boy's eyes. Fear turned into concentration. Shame faded into shy pride. For the first time since the accident, no one was guiding him, correcting him, or steadying him. He was leading. "Mr. Montgomery," the manager's voice pulled him back. "I assure you this won't happen again. She will be properly disciplined." Richard didn't answer. The entire restaurant seemed to hold its breath, waiting. A man with his influence could end someone's career with a single sentence. Employees had paused, customers stared. But Lucas's faint smile was the only thing echoing in his thoughts. Diana led Lucas back to the table after 3 slow dance steps. "Thank you for asking me out," she said formally, as if he were an adult. "It was an honor." When she turned to leave, Richard stopped her. "Wait." His voice sounded different, even to him. "What's your full name?" "Diana Johnson, sir." Richard nodded slowly. "Diana Johnson," he repeated, as though committing it to memory. He took a card from his jacket and handed it to her. "My office. Tomorrow. 10 a.m. The whole restaurant stiffened. Diana accepted the card without expression, though her hand trembled faintly. "Dad," Lucas asked as she walked away, "why did you do that?" The question hung in the air like a charge. Richard looked at his son and, for a fleeting moment, saw not just the child Elizabeth had left behind, but a full human being, one whose needs and feelings he had ignored for 2 years. As dinner continued in uneasy silence, no one noticed. The look Diana gave before leaving, not fear, not defeat, but a calm determination that contrasted sharply with the storm rising in Richard Montgomery's eyes. If this story of dignity and transformation is already touching you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to follow how a small act of respect can ignite a quiet change capable of affecting lives forever. The lobby of Montgomery Tower shone with its marble and glass surfaces reflecting the morning light. Diana Johnson instantly felt out of place in her best outfit, a navy skirt and a white blouse bought on sale. People around her wore clothes that probably cost more than her monthly rent. "Diana Johnson to see Mr. Montgomery," she told the receptionist, who inspected her with a clinical stare before making a call. 18th floor. "Miss Winters will meet you." In the elevator, Diana breathed in deeply and pressed her worn purse to her chest. It wasn't fear she felt. just a steady determination built from surviving far worse. Miss Winters, a poised woman in her 40s with a sharp gaze, greeted her. Mr. Montgomery is on a conference call. Follow me, please. As Diana walked through the mirrored hallways, she felt the curious stares of employees. A black woman being led through the executive offices was rare enough to spark speculation.